Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Cardboard Kitchen. Today's going to be a little bit different. Um, you will notice I'm not wearing glasses. I just got home from work. I'm doing this video even though I'm tired, as I don't really know how to describe how tired I am, but I'm tired. So, no glasses. That's the start. So on my way home, I was listening to a video podcast. I'm not really sure. I was listening to a video where somebody was talking about budget commanders, things you should try to build that a lot of people aren't playing, and so on and so forth. And they started naming off a list of stuff from some different deck lists that they've done, and so on and so forth. And one of the names stuck out to me. So what's different about this episode today is oh golly, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm totally clutched that. Completely forgot the microphone. Anyway, what I want to go on about today, in case you couldn't hear it because the microphone was way over there, is on my way home from work today, I was listening to a video where somebody was talking about like budget commanders that people don't really play. And one of the names on the list kind of stuck out to me. And when I got home, my brain started going crazy about how to build it, what I wanted to put in it, all that kind of fun stuff. And I thought to myself, you know what? If it's a short video, I could probably crunch out the video, no problems. So what I'm talking to you guys about in this very short video, this is probably going to be the shortest video I've ever done. Maybe we'll ever do. I don't know. It depends. I want to hear from you guys, you, the viewers. If you see this video, the deck that I am thinking about building, or at least the deck I'm thinking about using a commander for, is Yurlok of Scorch Thrash. It is a legendary creature, Viashino Shaman, 1 generic, a black, a red, and a green to cast it. And it's a 4-4, 4 power, 4 toughness. And it has vigilance. It has 2 other abilities. The first of those abilities is a player losing unspent mana causes that player to lose that much life. The last ability is pay 1 generic and tap Yurlok. Each player adds a red, a black, and a green to their mana pool. So what I want today, instead of me sitting down for the 2 or 3 hours I would probably sit down and work on a deck list, this is something special for you guys. If you're seeing this video, I want you to comment. I want you to comment 1 card that you want me to put in the list. If I get enough of you doing this, the deck will build itself. So that would be kind of fun to just like, oh, here's this deck that my viewers have commented, and together through power of cumulative minds, have put together a deck for me to play, and then every time I sit down and play it, it's kind of like you guys are playing with me, which I think would be kind of cool. I will probably start doing this for some of my decks in the future. There are no stipulations on what you want to see other than it can't be banned in Commander, obviously. But also that depending on how expensive some of the cards you suggest are, I probably won't be able to get physical copies, which means I would probably proxy them. A lot of you probably are okay with proxies, or you play in groups that, you know, don't care. You got proxies, it's fine. But some places, I've played in 1 or 2 places where they don't like people using proxies. There's been a few instances where there has been a comment here or there somewhere that just kind of like caught me off guard, and I wasn't expecting it, considering almost everybody that I know is okay with proxies in Commander. And when the comment was made and it caught me off guard, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I just don't want to come back and play at this particular place, whatever this place is. You know, sure, it was it's it's been like maybe one or two places. Literally a number of people I can count on one hand. Like it's less than this number of people, but sometimes that's really all it takes is just one person kind of just having maybe they're having a bad day and maybe they have a little bit of an attitude about it. I mean, I can understand having a bad day and then like you sit down and you want to play fun stuff, but that's the thing is everybody wants to play fun stuff. And your idea of fun versus my idea of fun is probably two very different things. And the way I choose to have my fun might be less costly than your choice. Whatever the case is, I understand stuff like that happens. No skin off my back, no issues, no problems, whatever. Just if it becomes a recurring issue, I just won't play at those locations, unless I'm bringing something that's legit. I am in process of building a legitimate, what I would call a legitimate commander deck. Very slowly, I'm buying like one or two cards, maybe one or two cards a month, to try and get this deck built, in the hopes of having this deck completed by the end of next year, hopefully, depending. It'll probably be one of my few truly legitimate decks. Like all the cards are legit. They're produced by Wizards of the Coast, all that kind of stuff. Just because it's so expensive now, guys. Everything is so expensive. Everything went up in price. But what really doesn't help is Wizards of the Coast throwing out a secret lair every week or every other week, a set every month. The all the other nonsense that Wizards throws out, like those are the big ones. And the real sad part is some of those secret lairs are more worth it to care about as far as like cards you want to get out of them instead of caring about full sets. Bloomburrow, I think, was really good. I'll be perfectly honest, I think they skipped on the advertising for Assassin's Creed. I had to hear about the Assassin's Creed Universes set stuff through a friend, because I didn't see any advertisements for it online. And technically, when I heard about it, the stuff was already out. Like, the stuff was already on store shelves. People had already done their pre-orders. Allocations had already been done. So, like, I heard about it and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that'd be kind of cool as long as they're not doing Ezio, which is who they focused on. Immediate runaway. Personal opinion, I didn't like any of the games that had Ezio as the main character just because I didn't like Ezio as a character. And I really feel like he was the main character for far too many of the Assassin's Creed series games. I didn't particularly, my personal opinion, I did not particularly care for him as a character or any of his writing or any of it. But again, personal opinion. But yeah, I didn't find out about it until after the product had basically already been sold. Like, I didn't see any advertisements for it online. I didn't see anything about it in any of the websites that I go to frequent about any of the Magic related content. Didn't see it anywhere. And then when I found out about it, I was like, I don't know when it's coming out. Like, I found out about it and I told another buddy and he was like, oh, well, when's it coming out? And I'm like, man, I really don't know. Literally, like 2 or 3 days later, that buddy called me up from inside of Walmart and he's like, hey, did you know that product's already out? And I'm like, nope. So again, like, there are products that apparently Wizards are not marketing very well. But yeah, again, I am working on a truly legitimate deck very, very slowly, hoping to have it done by the end of next year, maybe. Depending on how some prices go, it might not even be 100% legit. I might have like 10 proxies or fewer in it, just because some of that stuff is so expensive. And most of us can't keep up. Most of us can't keep up. It's roughly a new set every month, plus 4 secret lair drops a month, and you just can't keep up. It's just you can't keep up. Newer players, again, by the way, welcome to Cardboard Kitchen. I am Chef Dan. This is a podcast about Magic the Gathering for all levels of players for Magic the Gathering, newer to older to wherever you fall, whatever the case is. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Hit that notification bell, and if you like the video and you like the content, hit that thumbs up. If you're watching my content and you're watching my videos, share it with your friends because they might like it too. Thanks for being here. Again, back to the on top semi topic instead of the tangent. It's just too expensive. Most of us can't keep up. Most of us that are buying individual singles can't keep up. Like a set comes out and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to pre-order the singles that I want from the set," and then that's it. And even your pre-order for those singles, the pre-order prices are still ridiculous. It's still like, "Oh, I pre-ordered the 3 hit cards and it cost me as much as I would pay for a box." You know, whatever the case is. It's just players can't keep up. The players that can keep up shouldn't be keeping up. Truthfully, the players that can afford to keep up with all this nonsense, to be able to buy the boxes, the collector boxes, the bundles, the this, the that, the other, buying all these products, trying to crack the packs to get the individual singles rather than buying the singles themselves, those people should not be doing that. Personal opinion, they should just be buying the singles. I know it's really sad to say, there are several local game stores that I would love to be able to support personally. I would love to be able to be like, "Hey, I want to pre-order whatever product from you," and maybe they're all allocated low numbers, so I go to each store and I pre-order one of each of the products that I want, so that I can get what I want, and I'm kind of helping out each store. But it's too expensive to keep up doing that, to try and do that. So buying singles is your next best bet, because usually the singles you want, even if they're the expensive ones, you come out cheaper buying the ones that you want than you do buying all the products. You just can't keep up. Again, that was a tangent within a tangent. True topic of the video, I am attempting to build Yurlok of Scorch Thrash. If you weren't paying attention before, it's a 4 mana 4/4 legendary creature via Shino Shaman. Mana value is 4, cost is 1 generic, a black, a red, and a green. Abilities are Vigilance, and a player with unspent mana in their mana pool, they will lose life equal to that mana when you move phases and all that stuff. And then for 1 generic and tapping Yurlok, each player adds Jund to their mana pool. You get a red, a black, and a green. I would like to build a Yurlok of Scorch Thrash deck instead of me spending 2, 3, 4 hours coming up with a deck list. Here's what I want you guys to do. If you're watching the video, if you're going to share the video, that would be fantastic. If you're watching the video, comment 1 card, the name of 1 card, and you need to spell it exactly. You need to spell that card name exactly, because what's going to happen is I'm going to copy that card name and I'm going to pop it into to the thing and going to search up that card just to see what card it is that you want me to play in the list. If I can get 99 of you to do this, keep in mind there do need to be lands in the list, people. Like I'm not playing a deck with no lands. If I have 99 of you comment and none of those cards are lands, none of those cards are anything to really. If it's all non-land cards, some of those cards are going to get cut for lands. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's what's going to happen. I did prematurely look some stuff up in Yurlok. The problem is there are a lot of lists going around where there are things that double the damage or increase the value of the damage that's being done. Yurlok's ability does not say they take that much damage. It says they lose that much life. Loss of life, or damage causes loss of life. Loss of life is not damage. So anything that's going to double, triple damage or whatever is not going to help with Yurlok's ability. You'll have to look out for other things. You'll have to look at other options. But that's what I would like to see from you guys. A little more interaction with me, to see who all's really here, who all's paying attention. Also to see who's interested in, seeing me build these things. That's the other thing, is if it gets built and I can get in touch with some people, I'd love to be able to do some videos where you see me, playing against other people via the internet stuff. The only issue is I don't have a camera that can face downward. So I would literally have to just hold up every card that I'm playing to the camera that I have access to, because I don't have an over the top camera to be able to use. But yeah, that's the goal for this video, is post a comment with one MTG card name that you want to see me use in a Yurlok of Scorch Thrash Commander deck. Again, cannot be a card on the ban list, must be a Commander legal card, must fit the color scheme of the deck for deck building purposes, must be color identified as some variation of Jund. Would love to see this happen. Would love to see this happen quickly, so I could just be like, ooh, yeah, I'll add this list to my next proxy order and make sure it gets done. And in a couple of months when I place a proxy order, it'll be there, and then I can sit down at a table once I've got it sleeved up and play, and it'll be like all of you guys are playing with me. That's what I want this video. That's what I would love to see this video. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate the people who do watch the videos. I greatly appreciate the back and forth I have with some of you off of the platform that know me personally, that are just constantly like, I see what you did there. That was a shot at this person, or that was a shot at this person. It's like, no. If I'm openly making shots at people, I will give very good descriptors, but I won't say their names out loud. And most people will listen and immediately know who I'm talking about. That being said, I look forward to making more videos for you guys. I look forward to hopefully being able to bring you guys the content that you crave in such a capacity that I can quit my job and do this and be here for you guys, for the community, and be able to interact with you guys, not necessarily more one-on-one, but definitely interact with you guys more, be able to do this more often. I would love to be able to do this more often. I would love to be able to interact with you guys more than what's currently happening. Would love for all that to happen. I need my job because I need the money. That's life. Well, I can't wait to see what kind of burgers or steaks or potatoes or whatever it is you guys decide to throw at me for this list. But I'd like to see it. Thanks again.